Hey guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for welcoming me back, for your kind words, for your support. That really means a lot. Thank you very much. Very touched. You could be watching Game of Thrones right now, or finishing up some laundry, or, staring at Margot Robbie. I know I do. Hot. So, anyways, what Jehovah's Witnesses learn about sex. This is a cringy, painful, emotionally and psychologically painful topic for a lot of people who grew up in the organization. I combed again through jw.org and for articles about sex and dating and marriage, and it is just an abyss of cringe. And I'm not going to subject you to that right now. You're more than welcome to look up those articles yourself. I'm not going to read them here. I didn't make it up. You can find it yourself on jw.org. So let's say you like a boy or girl at school. You like a coworker. Maybe you're a current witness watching this, and you're wondering why your head is so screwed up about sex. Or maybe you're an ex-JW and you're navigating the dating pool or dealing with your own stuff from your past. Here's a basic breakdown of sexual education in the Jehovah's Witnesses and what they believe about sex. And I know I'm going to forget something, so feel free to leave your comments below, add your own experience. Anyways, here we go. A couple of things off the top of my head. Okay, so 1, masturbation is sinful. Premarital sex is off the table. Okay, you can't test drive the car before you buy it. So not only are you not allowed to explore with another person, you're not even allowed to touch yourself. Good luck with that. 2, they require a chaperone when dating. They require a third wheel. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 14 or 42. It doesn't matter. They call it wholesome association when in reality you have no privacy to make out or explore your sexual compatibility, and any fooling around will be promptly reported by this sexually repressed chaperone to the congregation elders. Yeah, so a chaperone is a snitch. That's how dating works in Jehovah's Witness world. 3, marriage is the only acceptable route to having sex. You can't live together before marriage, making marriage both the only valve on this pressure cooker and the quickest route to divorce when a lot of these couples, granted, not all of them, but a lot of them find out that they are insanely incompatible. And to add insult to injury, they're re-traumatized when they're forced to discuss very private marital details with the leadership, and then inevitably, unanimously judged by the congregation when their young, ill-advised marriage falls to pieces. It's sad that they're set up for failure like that and then mocked, basically. Okay, the Jehovah's Witnesses are strictly heteronormative, meaning it is one man, one woman, and it's just... There's your meme right there. But seriously, here's the deal. Maybe a person experiences sexual pain, in what we think of as normal heterosexual relations. Maybe they have some kind of physical disability that makes it painful, visible or invisible. They, have some kind of psychological distress. They've been through some kind of sexual trauma in their past, or certain acts just don't appeal to them. They want to try other things. Jehovah's Witnesses can only experience sex in very limited terms, instead of being able to explore other options that would bring them pleasure and increase intimacy with their partner. Maybe you can't, get off a certain way, but you can another way. There's other forms of stimulation, but there's a very limited scope of what you're allowed to do with your body and with another person. Not just another person, your own damn spouse. And then you might even have added pressure to have kids when you don't even want to have kids, or maybe you want kids and you can't have them for some reason. So there's that whole, enchilada that you got to deal with. But in general, they're just feelings of extreme guilt and shame surrounding sex that inhibit pleasure and even often lead to sexual dysfunction. I've heard tons of stories And, there's a lot of people just kind of shutting down around the idea and struggling with that. And when they use the term unclean to talk about sex or your sex drive, it just really distorts your natural instincts that were given to you by your loving Heavenly Father. And here's a real mind bender for you. It's not just about sex. A lot of people in general, but Jehovah's Witnesses specifically too, they're just lonely. They want companionship. They want a partner. They want somebody to share their life with. They want to build a life together. So reducing individuals to only their sex drive is just insulting. Yeah, that's part of it, but they also want a life and have somebody to share it with. So having it constantly drilled into your brain that you're this lusty thing that needs to be controlled and practice self-control, it gets old and it wears on your soul. Okay, maybe if they weren't so damn repressive, there wouldn't be such a massive pornography problem in the organization. 7, or number 12, I don't know, I lost count. They're staunchly homophobic. Don't get me wrong, you can be gay, you just can't get laid. Again, good luck with that. Okay, so this is one of the more serious topics. They have a chronic, let me repeat that. Jehovah's Witnesses have a chronic systemic child sexual abuse problem for decades. And I'm not even going to attempt to dive into that topic in this video. Several, I know, activists have covered this topic. You can look up the Australian Royal Commission. Several federal investigations have been launched worldwide regarding their mishandling of child sexual abuse. The Zalkin law firm, I think it's Zalkin law firm in Los Angeles, correct me if I'm wrong, has been tackling this topic and the problem of the organization's secret database at their headquarters that they have been trying to keep under wraps for decades. The Zalkin law firm has been looking into that, a database of tens of thousands of sexual predators that have never been reported to law enforcement. So yeah, that's a whole other topic. Absolutely disgusting. You can only marry within the organization. You can only marry a fellow believer. And they'll say, it's because you want them to share your values. You want this person to love Jehovah like you love Jehovah. And are they going to encourage you towards everlasting life and blah, blah, blah. Here's the deal. What about finances? What about diet and exercise? Are they an introvert? Are you an extrovert? What are your thoughts on child rearing? It's being a Jehovah's Witness is not the only qualifying criteria for a successful marriage. Yeah, you want to be major on the majors. You want to be, and I'm not a marriage expert, whatever, go pay for a therapist. It's really about maintaining that tight grip of control. If your spouse is a JW, your kid is a JW, your mama, your daddy, your greasy granny, everybody's a JW, it's going to be a lot harder to leave without repercussions. They are not superior by any stretch of the imagination. They are not superior to other people, and definitely not a superior potential mate because they belong to the same corporation as you. So, anyways, there's an entire spectrum of human sexuality and desire and expression, and telling you who you can sleep with or not sleep with is just one of the central ways that the Jehovah's Witnesses organization maintains control over its members. And look, here's the deal. Whether you choose to save sex for marriage or you want to have sex outside of marriage with, within a loving, consensual partnership or with multiple partners, or you're gay or straight, lesbian, bi, transgender, I don't care. That's your choice to make. It's nobody else's damn business. And you shouldn't be pressured or coerced or manipulated in either direction by your religious leaders. You have the right to exercise sovereignty over your own body. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Okay. So anyways, if you're 16 or 62, I don't care. I just hope you get a proper sexual education from the school guidance counselor, from a trusted worldly friend or family member. Use the Google machine, read books, educate yourself. safe sex practices and empower yourself, because Watchtower took that away. Just get a proper sexual education, and not from a pack of religious fanatics who have cobwebs growing on their reproductive organs. Anyways, maybe I missed something on the list. Feel free to talk about your own experiences, add something to the list. I don't care. Add your comments. Hope you guys have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.